they could have won a ring. Like, Lillard, if he were KD, and KD was smart. I mean, I don't respect the decision he made, but KD was smart, because he knew when to leave. He saw that no matter how good the team was, like, he just had to leave. Like, he knew, like, he didn't feel like Westbrook was the right running mate, And Lillard should have, because there was like a good 2 or 3 years where the Blazers had a legitimate chance at getting past the Warriors, but they never did. Remember, they were in the conference finals, I think in 2019. He could have left there, because that was as good as he's ever played. And he still got swept by the Lakers. Or Warriors. You should have seen, like, okay, no matter how well I play, I'm still going to lose to the Warriors. And then this year, he played his heart out and lost to an injury-riddled Nuggets team. He should see this. He should see it. You got to lead yourself in the right direction like LeBron and KD did. So, it's about leadership. It's not just about skill. So I don't have Iverson or Westbrook in there. Pierce, KG, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron, Wade, Kawhi, KD, Steph, CP3. Those guys are the best in the last 20 years. Alright, so despite his injury, Giannis dropped 20 in Game 1. And, think about this. Other than Dario Saric, there's only 2 injuries, including that. So, Dario Saric and Dante DiVincenzo. 2 injuries in the final so far. But think about this. You know what's crazy? You'd think, they must be well rested. They didn't rest. These teams played almost every game together. And they got great chemistry. And that's why they're so good late. The Clippers made a mistake. They load managed. That ruined their chemistry. That's why they had the second least points in the clutch, And I know, it's tough to play every game. You know how you play every game? You work out, get in the best shape of your life, all right? AD slacked off. He came into the season out of shape, and he got injured. Harden came into the league out of shape because he was trying to get out of Houston. But these 2 teams stayed in shape, played every game. They got great chemistry, and look what happened. They're in the finals for a reason. Well deserved. Alright, what are we, 20 minutes in? Okay. Alright, so, Rodgers said that he is still unsure of, his future in Green Bay. Now, I don't think he's gonna leave anyway. He was very, and I'm gonna talk about this more later, he was very relaxed and joking about it, with, if this situation was serious, you wouldn't be joking about it with, Brady and, DeChambeau and Mickelson and all those guys. He wouldn't be joking about it with them if it were actually that serious, I think what he's telling us right now is he's made a decision, and I think he'd be a lot more tense if his decision were to, because the vibe I got from him was he made a decision. And some people have been telling me, that decision is probably he's leaving. I think he'd be a lot more tense, because, he'd look a lot more uncomfortable when Brady made those jokes, but he wasn't. He was, like, relaxed. It seemed like, he gave off that vibe that he's staying. But what I'm really interested in is what the reasoning was behind leaking this on draft day. And even if he's coming back, are the issues resolved? Because if they're not, it's going to be like KD in his last year with the Warriors. Awkward, they're going to walk on eggshells around him. Don't make him mad. That's uncomfortable. You just got to resolve the issues. And I'm actually going to talk about KD because that kind of segues into my next question. He said that he told KD to stop, using social media so much because it stirred things up too much, and it was stressful around the Warriors. It just made it stressful for the Warriors, and but he defended it in typical KD fashion. And, I think it would help him out more, it would, if you go, I think he has more tweets than career points, which is crazy because he's one of the best scorers ever. So, I would relax on it, but, that's his decision. And despite the social media use, he's still a great player. It doesn't make a difference. So, alright. I'm actually almost done with this podcast. This would have been quick anyway. And then tomorrow, I think it's going to be a little quicker as well. I don't know. It could be long as well. I don't know. But anyway, Suns-Bucks, Game 1 was on Tuesday. Game 2 tips off in about an hour or so. And I always take the West over the East because the West is just better, and I think it prepares the other team better for the finals. Because, I think that's part of the reason LeBron lost so many with the Cavs. Because he did have a pretty easy path to the finals, and he wasn't prepared for how amazing the Warriors were. If you're cruising, I remember 2016 when they won the ring, 12-2 in the first 3 rounds. They were 12-2. Alright. Then all of a sudden they went against the Warriors and they were 4-3. That is not even close to as good as their record before. So I think the West is just more prepared. And think about this. This is one thing, and I think people think I make a bigger deal out of this than I should, and I might, but I think I'm onto something here. The free throw shooting. Ayton, Booker, and CP3 combined had 20 free throws in Game 1. They made all of them. CP3, 4 for 4. Ayton, 6 for 6. Booker, 10 for 10. Alright. They didn't miss a free throw. Giannis was 7 for 12. There's a reason they won by 13. I think a lot of it had to do with free throws. And you can complain about how many free throws they got, but the only time you can complain about how many free throws they got is when you actually make the free throws. Alright? If you're actually making your free throws, then go ahead, complain about how many free throws they have, as you please. Alright? You can. It doesn't matter. As long as you're making them. But the Bucks aren't, So I don't like it when they complain about it, because even if it was fair, let's look at this. Brook Lopez 0 for 2. Okay, so the Bucks had 16 free throws. All right. They shot 9 for 16. That's almost 50%. All right, Brook Lopez went 0 for 2. This is not good. All right, the Suns, on the other hand, had, let's see here, 10, 11, 13, 23, 25 free throws. You know how they shot? Let's count this. 12, 14, 15. They missed one free throw. So hold on, how many do they have again? 12, 14, 16, 20, 20. Hold on, I'm going to recount this. Hold on. Alright, they shot 25 for 26. Bucks, on the other hand, 9 for 16. That's not good. I think that was a big difference in the win. I really do. So, I mean, complain. You can complain about the free throws all you want. Just call me when Giannis shoots 90% from the free throw line. Just the game. One game of shooting 90% from the free throw line, and I'll let you guys complain. Alright? Alright, so, how many free throws does Giannis average a game? Probably like... I don't know. How many free throws does he average a game? I'm going to check that. But it doesn't really matter because he doesn't make them. Let's see. Alright, so last year Giannis averaged 9 free throws a game. This year, let's see. Okay, this year he averages 8 free throw attempts. Alright? So what he has to do there is make 7 or 8 of them. Alright? And 7 of them isn't even 90%. It's like 85. So, just make 7 of 8 free throws tonight. If you can. Alright? Alright, Giannis? That's all. That's your challenge now. Alright. So, back to Aaron Rodgers. Saying he's uncertain of his future with the Packers. They were, I like I said, he was very chill and relaxed. He wasn't tense. I feel like he'd be tense if he made a decision and he was gonna leave. I think he'd be even more tense if he hadn't made a decision. But he was very chill and relaxed. I think he made a decision and he's staying. And they were all joking about it. Like, I don't think, and Tom Brady, I think Tom Brady knows this too, I don't think Tom Brady would feel comfortable making these jokes if he didn't know Aaron Rodgers was staying. Like, that's not really who Tom Brady is. I know he, makes jokes and all, but I don't know. I think he makes jokes as long as he knows that it won't mess anything up. He's very calculated with his jokes. He makes jokes that he knows won't harm him or anyone else. So I just don't think Brady, first of all, would feel comfortable making those jokes if he didn't know he was staying, and I don't think Aaron would seem as chill and relaxed as he was if he hadn't made a decision. Alright, finally, I'm going to go back to something on the match. Mayfield was not worried about the outside expectations that Cleveland's facing. And, he seems to be going through, a normal good quarterback phase, Like, you normally have 1 year where you're a little off, but you have a good rookie year, 1 year where you're a little off, then you get back on track. I think he's going to be good. I think Cleveland wins the division. Baltimore comes in second by maybe a game and a half. Or no, a half game. But the Browns are an interesting team because they've never been good with expectations, but I think they, I don't know. I think it's going to bite me right in the ass because I've been saying, I said, like, I never said the Browns, like, this is